Hi everyone and welcome to our channel. So today we'll be making a fruit edible arrangement. This is a very easy arrangement that you can make with fruits or vegetables that you have lying around the house. It's a great gift and can be a unique centerpiece for your dining table. So if you want to learn how to make this centerpiece, then just keep on watching. So these are the ingredients that you'll need. First off, we have some pineapple and some watermelon. We cut them into slices so it's easier to use the cookie cutters to shape them into cute little shapes. We also need one apple as a center of the centerpiece. We also use some strawberries, some grapes, and some sprinkles. We decided to go with round sprinkles and edible candy pearls. And we also use some melted chocolate to dip the strawberries and apple into, which we'll be showing you how to melt. So in order to melt the chocolate, you need half a cup of chocolate chips. We use Chip It chocolate chips into a saucepan with boiling water, as well as putting the chocolate chips in a pot and then stirring continuously until completely melted. This usually takes about 5 to 10 minutes depending on the type of chocolate that you have at home. Usually the chocolate chips are the best option in my opinion. They melt a lot faster. As you can see here, for the white chocolate we use some chocolate chunks, and it was a little bit tougher to melt, so it takes a little bit longer, especially with the white chocolate. So I would say about almost 5 to 10, maybe even 15 minutes depending on the heat that you have it on. And you want to get it to a consistency where it's very creamy. It depends on how you would like to see the chocolate on the strawberries. If you wanted a really thick consistency, you would have left it at this point right here, or you would just keep stirring until completely melted, almost into a creamy consistency. Okay, and now the other ingredients you'll need are a couple of skewers. You can also use popsicle sticks depending on what you have around the house, some floral foam or sturdy sponge, and a vase. So these are the ingredients that we are using. You can use any types of fruits you'd like, any sprinkles depending on what you would like to add to your centerpiece. And yeah, we're gonna move on to the strawberries. Okay, so now we're moving on to the chocolate strawberries. So first we're putting them into the skewers and then dipping them into the chocolate. Very simple, very easy. So we decided to go halfway on the chocolate. We didn't do the full strawberry, but you can also do the full strawberry. It would look amazing as well. So we're just swirling it around, making sure that there's no drippings, and then we decided to use a strainer as a way to keep them upheld so that they are drying in a fast and easy way without any issues or any parts of the chocolate coming off. So this is the second one. We did the same thing. We did 2 of each strawberry color, so we did 2 regular milk chocolate strawberries and then 2 white chocolate strawberries. On to the white chocolate. So the white chocolate, same thing. We decided to do halfway through the strawberry, and yeah, we're just adding them all onto the strainers. Okay, so now we're going to add the sprinkles to the chocolate strawberries before putting them into the fridge. So we're just gonna take the chocolate strawberry and roll it around the sprinkles. Pretty simple, pretty easy. And they don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have it all covered, and we thought that they looked better with them not being completely covered in sprinkles, because then you can actually see the chocolate. And yeah, just keep doing it for all 4 of them. And we also decided to put a couple of the strawberries in just plain chocolate, and then we put them in the fridge to cool. So now we're going to move on to the grapes. So for the grapes, we just add the grapes onto the skewer, kind of like a kebab. So these are what they look like. We decided to cover them all the way to the edge. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the apple. So for the apple, we decided to dip it into the chocolate. So first we're going to stick it with a skewer, and just like the strawberry, just gently dip it into the chocolate. Again, we decided to go halfway on the candy. You can also do the full apple. It would look amazing and taste even better. But if you're to do the full apple, I recommend putting it into the freezer, not only the fridge, so that it hardens up to a shell over the apple. So now we're just spinning it around, making sure that it has no drippings. Just keep spinning it until it's completely drip free, and that's what it should look like. So now we're going to add some of the candy pearls on the top, and we just decided to put them in the center, but you can also put them all around the apple. It would also look very cute. So just a close-up of what the candy pearls look like. They shine very nicely on the light and they look really cute. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the pineapple. So for the pineapple, we're using some cookie cutters we got from Bulk Barn to cut a shape into the pineapple. So ironically, we use the pineapple cookie cutter to cut out a shape of the pineapple. So you're just going to press in gently and push down, just like a regular cookie dough, and you have your piece of pineapple. Now we recommend cutting the pineapple into thick slices so that you get a good sturdy piece of pineapple so that you can stick the skewer in and it wouldn't fall out. And now we'll be moving on to the watermelon. So for the watermelon, we decided to cut a much larger slice of watermelon because naturally watermelon is a lot more softer than pineapple. So you need a very, very thick piece of watermelon that will be sturdy enough to stand on its own. So we used the floral cookie cutter for this one, also from Bulk Barn, and you just press gently down onto the pineapple and where the cookie cutter is. And this may take a little more time because it's more delicate, and if you push too hard, you may break through the watermelon. Okay, so now after you get it out of the actual shape of watermelon, you just keep pressing down gently until it falls right out of the cookie cutter. And you may see a couple of additional pieces because watermelon naturally can hold on a little bit onto the sides. So just take a knife and gently cut out the pieces that you don't want on the sides of your watermelon. So now we're just going to stick a skewer into the watermelon, again being very gentle because watermelon is very soft. So we go on a part of the flour that's on the inside, and there you have it, a piece of watermelon on a skewer. So these are the essential fruits that we're going to be using to put our floral arrangement together. And now we'll be moving on to the floral strawberries. So first off, you're going to cut on the side of the strawberry and then tilt slightly with the knife. Now you want to do this on all corners of the strawberry, so just gently cut slightly and then tilt. And this will give it a look of real life petals and it looks very cute. So you just keep gently pulling out and tilting outwards whenever you cut. And you can use your fingers to pull them apart a little bit, making them look a little more like a flower. And then you move on to the center, so then you also start doing the same motion, going around and cutting and then tilting slightly. And now we're just pulling them apart a little bit, just to make it look a little more like a rose. Okay, so now we're going to insert the skewer into the strawberry. And be gentle so that you don't poke through the strawberry's center. And then you have your rose. We made a couple of these so that we can add them around the floral arrangement. So now we're going to start arranging the edible arrangement. So first we're going to start off with our vase and the floral foam. So we got both of these things at the dollar store. They're very easy to find around the house as well, especially if you have a couple of vases that need a little bit of sprucing up. So with the floral foam, we decided to cut it up into smaller pieces so that we can fit it inside of this circular vase. It really depends on the shape of your vase. If your vase is a little bigger, you could probably fit the entire piece in and it would be a lot easier. Or you can shave down the sides and make it a rounder piece so that it doesn't show inside of there. We decided to cut them up in pieces because it was a lot easier, and on top of that, it was a lot easier to have little spaces extra for the pieces to go in. And first we're starting off with the apple. So we're just sticking the apple in the center because it's our centerpiece, and you can play around with the pieces that you have. For the fruits, we decided to have an even number of fruits for each time, so like 4 floral strawberries, 4 chocolate strawberries, and 4 skewers, so that when we were arranging them, they're all coordinated correctly and even around the circular vase. Now we're adding the strawberries. So with the strawberries, we decided to push them in outward. And you can arrange them any way that you'd like. We decided to work outwards and then go in. So now we're moving on to the grapes. So the grapes were just sticking at the top, kind of like those catnip plants, the ones that you see around ponds and stuff. I don't know, you guys know what I'm talking about, but yeah. So the ones that you see around ponds, and then we're just putting them on the sides. So we also added the pineapples, and we're also adding the watermelons as well. And we just added them on like this and then started to rearrange them. So arrange them as much as you can or as much as you like to your liking. So we started moving them around, especially the bigger pieces. We started moving them to the back. And this is the final look that we came up with. So as you can see, the green of the floral foam is still showing. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some kale on the inside so that it looks kind of like greenery. And kale works out really well. You can also use spinach. You can use any type of greenery that you have around the house. And we thought that it was a great way to add a little bit of green to all this color, as well as hide all of the floral foam underneath and all the skewers. So just play around with it and see how you want to maneuver it in order to hide all the skewers as well as hiding the floral foam and also making it look full and fresh. So this is the final edible arrangement. We're really happy with the way it came out. We have a lot of color and a lot of greenery to combat that color. It looks really great, and it's a great centerpiece or even a great gift for the summer season. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe to our channel and leave a like so that we know you like these types of videos. And thanks for watching.